With Rob Lewis, Brent Hubbs, VolQuest.com. Little 2-minute drill. Jeremy Pruitt meeting the media today for the final time. Let's first, Rob, start with Jeremy Banks. Jeremy Pruitt was not asked about Banks in his press conference here, but he was on the SEC teleconference, stood by his statement. The only real news out of that was he said he complimented the police officers and the way they handled it and noted that from an organizational standpoint, they had to handle some things better behind the scenes to not be caught off guard with stuff.
And also noted that he was not meaning to imply that the other four places he's worked, did they cover stuff up. But, I mean, just, we talked about it earlier. We talked about it all day, talked about it on the message board. Just horrible PR for Tennessee. I mean, for something that was so minor to, a traffic violation to get blown up into what, front page of TMZ, it's so unavoidable, is the word that keeps or so avoidable is what keeps springing to my mind.
Yeah, no question. It was something that Tennessee should learn from, as Jesse pointed out in a tweet from earlier today. All right, let's get to the football game. Let's get to the matchup. No news on the quarterback. Jeremy Pruitt saying that the quarterbacks had a good week, better in the offense, but I thought it was noteworthy. Quick to praise the young guys and their better grasp of the offensive system.
I thought it was noteworthy that he, unprompted in his opening statement, said that all three quarterbacks have thrown the ball well this week. I mean, he was clearly not giving anything away. But I pile on what you said. I thought it was when he was specifically asked about the quarterbacks, he fell back in saying that the two young kids have come along. Grasp the offense is getting better. Bye week was good for him, and he certainly didn't pour water on the notion that we might be seeing a change this week.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see what Tennessee does. He's going to play that quiet, certainly, until game time, it appears. Lastly, on the line of scrimmage, we know the challenge Tennessee's offensive line faces. On the defensive side of the ball, a lot of talk about a little more maybe pre-snap work, maybe a little more mentally getting ready to play in terms of seeing what's coming. That's what he's looking for out of his defensive line and his outside linebacker, specifically Darrell Taylor.
Yeah, I thought that he was probably his most in-depth answer of the night when talking about what you could do better up front, recognizing personnel, recognizing where the running back is, or what tight end is in the game, and looking for tails. It just something that comes naturally to a lot of veteran teams, and not a lot of those veterans on Tennessee's team.
Certainly not. A real challenge for Tennessee. Jeremy Pruitt's made it clear how big this challenge is, what this team faces on Saturday against a Georgia team who he thinks is certainly one of the elite in the country. That's going to do it for this edition of the 2-Minute Drill. For Rob Lewis, I'm Brent Hubbs, VolQuest.com.